flies floating through the driver of the pole-sitting street stock, Hoosier stock, rather.
Oh yeah, Andrew Eicher, a newcomer here this year, only since mid-season. Here he goes with a bunch of cars coming down on him. Wow, they are all over him. What a pack of Hoosier stocks take the green here at Merrittville. 3 wide off of 2.
Eicher in the middle of 3 wide, Pierce on the outside, Knapp up the inside. Knapp up to second, Pierce will take the lead into turn 3. What a run for Knapp up the inside. He could have a shot at leading lap 1. Pierce will lead by 2 feet at the stripe.
Everybody makes it clean through lap 1, but at the end of lap 1, they all tangle up in turn 1. Alan Slate gets turned around. Kokrick gets a piece of him.
Wow. Kenny Sargent was headed towards the end of the turn 1 wall. He had to turn hard right.
No yellow, Adam.
No yellow. These guys keep their feet to the floor. But a great job by all drivers involved, and Slate involved in his second wreck in 2 days. And that number 2, he retires to the pits.
Yeah, he's pulled it in there. Got the nose knocked out of it. They'll pull that rubber bumper cover off, and I expect send him back. He also had a flat left front. Leader is Shayne Pierce in the 88. Eicher getting shoved around the pole sitter. Back to 9th spot already, but it's Shayne Pierce, Kevin Knapp, and Rob Murray. 3 of the Hoosier stock stars here pulling away.
And Kevin Knapp and Rob Murray going to town for that second spot. Now, you said this was a new crate engine for Knapp, did you not?
Yes, brand new as of yesterday morning.
Got to be fairly pleased with how it's running as he's right at the front. Pierce leads the way. Knapp having a look on the inside off turn 2.
Shayne Pierce in that ever-fast Granton owned number 88. Kind of expected it to be dominant. Shayne Pierce had been asking for some changes on the car. Mikey Granton drove it last night. The All-Canadians came in, told Shayne, you were right. It does drive like a truck. So they made some adjustments, in the 88 running well here right now.
Looks to be running great as he opens a 3-car length lead over Knapp, who's now fighting with Murray again. Murray trying to battle for that second position, has a look on the outside of the stripe.
Yellow will fly now as we've got Tyler Anderson, whoa, right in front of the leaders in turn number 2, perpendicular to the turn 2 wall. Adam, it seemed like he's just been trying to get it together through no fault of his own.
And luck is so important in this game, Clinton, especially when you look at this Hoosier stock field where 15 cars are potential feature winners, maybe more in a field of 24.
Definitely, they get set to go again. Green flag comes out, 6 down in our 25-lap race.
Kevin Kokrick comes out of the pits, gets about 3 feet in the air coming up over the banking, and he'll be about half a lap behind, but he stays on the lead lap.
So down into 3 they go. It's Knapp on the bottom, Shayne Pierce up high, working the rail. The 4K of Kevin Knapp with Rob Murray, pushing him around off of turn 4. Murray now gets up underneath Knapp into 1.
Ron Logie up into the 5th spot from the back in the field.
Kevin Knapp doing a great job keeping Murray behind, and Murray with a good run down the backstretch. So Knapp drives it deeper into 3. This year battle for second, a few car lengths behind race leader Pierce. They're 2 wide, 3 rows deep. Oh, trouble out of 4.
Pat Thompson got into Fawcett, who got into McCauley, who collects Calogero and Tyler Anderson.
I thought we were going to see another one.
Good start back to the line. Shayne Pierce working the cushion up top in the 88. Murray down low with a smoother line, but Pierce will get the advantage here on the back straightaway.
Wow, Shayne Pierce really took the extra time to go up the cushion in 1 and get a big run at the backstretch. Took a bit of a chance that Rob Murray would respect his line, but he did, and Pierce with the lead by half a car length at the finish line.
Pierce now once again working near the high side of the turn 2 cushion. Murray pulls up on the bottom of him now in the M1. Kevin Knapp maintains 3rd. Brad Sheehan and Ron Logie in the top 5.
Shayne Pierce continues to lead. Rob Murray continues to run the inside about. He gets up to the driver's door coming out of the corners, but Shayne Pierce with that smoother line. This time Murray with a good run down the backstretch.
Rob Murray on the inside. They continue to stay wheel to wheel off of 4, about 10 feet between them. But Murray now gets underneath Pierce, and he'll take the lead away in turn 1.
Rob Murray takes the lead. Pierce with that big run out of turn 2, but Murray getting some great traction down the inside, Clinton. Pierce still running that high groove as he's falling back to 2nd spot. as Murray able to smoothly pedal down the inside.
Next one to challenge for third will be Brad Sheehan, working on the inside left rear of the Kevin Knapp 4K. Coming around to the halfway point, 13 down, 12 to go here for Rob Murray and Shayne Pierce.
Shayne Pierce starting to fall back now, losing some of that momentum he had. Brad Sheehan fighting with Knapp for the third spot. They're side by side with Sheehan on the inside going down the backstretch.
Murray pulling away. He's just looking marvelous here in this M1 this season. Pulling away to about a 10 car length advantage already ahead of the Shayne Pierce 88.
Deep in the pack, they're 3 wide going into turn 1. Clinton Fontaine down on the inside. That's Devin Habiak in the middle, and then Cuse on the outside, who just gets punted off the track out of 2.
Ken Sargent up to 6th now in the 25. Brett Robbins takes Logie into the front stretch wall hard, and then he'll lose it himself down into turn 1.
Wow. Can we write that off to I didn't see him there, or do we think that, or did they lock wheels?
But he just drilled him into the outside of that turn 4 wall.
And it can happen where if you get running side by side and actually touch wheels, you lose the steering for a second. Then it looks like we got Sean Cuse in the 88J and racing Jason Fontaine in the 1J.
11 through the rest of the field will be Bill Bleach, Kevin Kokrick, Andrew Eicher, Rob Disher, Tyler Anderson, Ron McCauley, Mark Fawcett, Pat Thompson and Mike Calagero. Getting set to go green again. The field comes down single file out of turn 4. Rob Murray gets a good leap and will pull away to 2 car lengths into 1.
Rob Murray so smooth out of turn 4 the whole race. This restart was no exception. He leads by 5 car lengths down the backstretch. Here comes Brad Sheehan looking on the inside of Shayne Pierce.
Murray up through the middle of turn 4 right now. Shayne Pierce trying to hold on to second, but Murray's teammate and stepson Brad Sheehan now working on the inside of the Pierce 88 car, down low off of turn 2.
That's the battle on the racetrack as Rob Murray is checked out on the field. Sheehan drives it deep into 3. Now Pierce looking to run a lower line on the racetrack. We'll see if he can find the bite he's looking for.
Ken Sargent up to 4th place now in the number 25. He gets around the rest of these guys after an early lap 1 problem. 17 laps later finds himself back up to 4th.
And Ken Sargent might be the driver to watch as he goes into the corner down low, lets the car drift up, but he seems to be making progress that way.
Now Sheehan all up alongside the Shayne Pierce 88. Battle coming on strong now for second. Murray with 6 laps to go.
Murray leads them. Pierce settled into second, but Sheehan still right there on his tail. Just can't do anything with Pierce yet. Draws up the inside out of turn 2. Pierce pulls him down the backstretch.
Murray here off of turn 4 coming down. These guys were talking about switching rides and all kinds of stuff. Now they're back just settled into their own rides, and Murray and Sheehan both contenders wherever they may show up with these Hoosier stock cars. Shayne Pierce still holds on a second. Sargent catching up to Sheehan for that 3rd spot battle.
And a great battle it is. Ken Sargent now right up on the rear deck lid of Sheehan as he looks to the inside. They sort of fan 3 wide entering the corners, but they string out very quickly. Pierce running the outside, Sheehan running towards the bottom, and Sargent running right along the bottom in that 25.
Pierce and Sheehan can't do too much with Murray as he has just pulled away to a full straightaway advantage here ahead of Shayne Pierce, Brad Sheehan, and Kenny Sargent.
2 laps to go this time for Murray, twice more around Merrittville Speedway. Pierce with a car length over Sheehan. Ken Sargent looking to find a way around. Rob Murray will have some lap traffic to deal with before this one's over, but the big battle on the racetrack is for second as they go through 3 and 4, headed towards the white flag. Sheehan pinned to the guardrail on the inside, trying to get the move done.
Shayne Pierce trying to hold down 2nd place here, just ahead of Brad Sheehan and Ken Sargent. The leader into 3, Adam. Lappers will not be an issue for Rob Murray.
Checkered flag in the air. Rob Murray takes the double checkers. He'll win the duel in the dirt. Second goes to Shayne Pierce. Sheehan just holds off Ken Sargent with Kevin Knapp finishing 5th. And that'll do it for this 25-lap event. It looks like Fawcett might have lost that right front on the very last lap. Amazing that it lasted that long, as Shayne Pierce showing some smoke out of that 88 on the cool-down lap.
Rob Murray. Almost got it. All right, Rob, come on around the front here. We meet again. Happy birthday, Anthony. I guess pretty happy birthday for Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, you got out front there once in the restart. You start up on the pole. You never look back. Tell us about your race, bud. You smoked him, by the way. You had him by like 80 car lengths.
Yeah. Actually, we ran all weekend. I was tired today, but I ran against Shayne last night, and they had the hot setup, and they walked away from me. And tonight, I guess we had the hot setup, and I guess I walked away from him. I'd like to dedicate this to my friend. He lost his mother last night, Pat Thompson.
Definitely a special moment for Rob Murray then. Anybody else you want to say thanks to while you got the chance here?
Brian from Brian's Tire, Norm from Turn 4, my family, Tricon, Todd from Tricon, and Weekend Motorsports. And the rest of and Brad, my son, he does most of the work on the car.
Awesome. There you have it. Make some noise for Rob Murray.